Hey, fucker. Overlay.
Your website sucks, man.
Website sucks, eh?
Hey.
My Highness says it sucks. Hey, baby. This website's garbage, eh?
I can't find you on Google over here.
Your SEO's garbage, eh?
Your SEO.
Welcome to another episode of Don Draper's Den. On this podcast, we discuss branding and marketing, how it touches so many aspects of our lives. We also talk a bunch of trash about music and food and culture and nostalgia and each other. We hope that you're entertained. We hope you can get some insight from it. Two marketing professionals such as ourselves. I'm Chris. This is Ernie. In this episode, we get into influencers. Influencers.
Internal influencers for corporate brands, right?
The shills that they create, the lies they tell, the corruption of these beautiful, delicate little flowers that are influencers, these precious things.
Talk about Dixon again and how we will happily be internal
Dixon,
influencers for Dixon.
Yeah, bro. Hook us up, Dixon.
Cholos,
can't forget the Cholos.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to even create our own different personas.
So, it's great. Of course, share and subscribe and comment and spread the word on this thing, guys. We want to blow this up as much as we can. Of course, we appreciate your support. So without further ado, pour yourself a glass and let's get into this.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Well,
Ooh, those are stiff drinks.
they're very stiff. Very stiff. You know what I'm so inclined to do?
What's that?
Right now? By the way, I'm gonna get some of those shirts. They feel very comfortable.
I'm telling you, Dixon, they make great stuff.
You know, not that we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored
we
by
could
them,
be.
but Dixon, I'm telling you,
We could be.
I'm a huge fan. So shout out to Dixon.
Yeah, but if I get one of those, us being out here in Ohio,
Yeah.
you know, they can't tell what we are. You know what I mean?
No.
I get a little tan all of a sudden, and then, you know, I feel like I can lean into the accent. I'm not even close to Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not from East LA.
No.
I'm definitely not a Cholo, but it's one of my favorite accents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like there was these, it was like Cholos do whatever on, it was like a YouTube channel. Like
Yep.
years ago I saw it. And it would like insert Cholo in any funny situation. It was hilarious.
But let's see, your background, your roots are Colombian, right? So
I'm Colombian.
That's South American.
I mean, it's, but
that's Latino. That's still Latin.
I'm representing the brown. I'm down with brown.
Yeah, that's Latin
But
in
that's
origin.
way, you know, it's a lot of South America. They're like Europeans, you know what I mean? And like my kid,
But
my son has blue eyes.
But they're Latin still. I mean, look, Filipinos have Latin,
Dude, that's
influence.
like we're in.
Italians have Latin
Yeah.
influence.
We're in there.
Colombians for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But
We could
it
fit.
doesn't give me the right to drop, but I'd love to do. All I can picture is like the Cholo doing marketing meetings, you know? Hey, fucker,
Oh.
your brand sucks, eh? Your website needs work.
Yes,
It's a bit of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that.
Well, you know what though? You know, we were talking in the last episode about like Andrew Dice Clay taking on a character. You know, or think of
That's a bit.
think of
That's a
Mater.
bit.
What's the guy who does Mater? Like Mater without the tuh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's.
But like it's a character.
Right.
So maybe we completely change this.
Dude, can that? Are we gonna do? We're gonna start doing bits. Wait till we get the money, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the bits.
I'll have to do a lot of acting classes though. You know, I'll jump out of the accent really fast.
No. You could be the straight man, right? Be the straight man.
Yeah.
I'll just be the obnoxious. It's been in me this whole time, right? Yeah.
You gotta do one of these.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is too tight. That's why I gotta get larges, by the way, because my neck is like so thick.
It is a big neck, man. It's good for jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Hey, fucker. Overlay.
Your website sucks, man.
Website sucks, eh?
Hey.
My Highness says it sucks. Hey, baby. This website's garbage, eh?
I can't find you on Google over here.
Your SEO's garbage, eh?
Your SEO.
Wow.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow.
It's strong. We hopefully get the pass. If there's any
No, I
cholos,
don't think we're gonna get any pass on
any
that.
cholos out there.
Yeah, sorry.
We
We just
nothing but
apologize,
love. We love the cholos.
Do you ever see that
yeah.
guy on? He has a real. I can't remember his username, but I don't even think he's Latin. But because his mom is like Middle Eastern or whatever.
Yeah.
But he walks around. He does all the like Latin bits and stuff.
Right.
Dude, he's hilarious.
I
Where
love it.
he starts off with one guy. He's all the same guy,
Yeah.
but playing different roles. And one guy's like wearing like a little chain.
Yeah.
And then he goes. He looks at another guy, which is him.
Yeah.
He's wearing a bigger chain.
Yeah.
And then they both look at some other guy and his chain, and he's
I know what you
dragging
mean.
his chain.
I know what you mean.
He's that guy.
I've seen that. Yeah. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love simple shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like, you know what I think of, man? Is my old band. We
Mm-hmm.
would like think of bits like that. I think we talked about this. Like, you kind of like act it out
Yeah.
to your friends and just kind of goof on it. But like, it never went anywhere because like, who had the time, the money? Like, I don't have a camera,
Mm-hmm.
and how am I gonna get the camera onto the VHS and load it into a thing?
Yep.
And we had like dial up, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. And then you're like, well, who's gonna watch it anyway, right? If
Right.
you could somehow get it magically onto a website, right? And then it looks all grainy. Like, but now,
Now,
bro,
anybody can have a camera and
Yeah.
just use their phone and have some fun with
it's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, man,
Oh, he's the
that's
same
my
guy
favorite.
who does that one reel I sent you where he's walking with his girlfriend down the street, and then some guy tries to take her purse. And then so he envisions, he's like, wait a second, I've seen this before. And he references his working out in the
Oh,
gym.
yeah,
And so
that's
he's like sitting there pulling.
On the row machine?
Yeah, on the row
Yeah,
machine. So
right.
then he uses that technique to
That's
pull
right.
the purse away from the
That's right.
robber. And then the other guy comes in jiu-jitsu. So
Yeah.
he comes to help, but then he's like on the ground doing
Yeah,
this.
just like butt scooting towards him.
Yeah, same influencer. That dude's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody can just pick up a camera now and like Nunchuck Tyler. I still reference him.
For better or worse. I mean, sometimes, you know, man, like, I don't know, dude. I go back and forth. Look, there's a lot of heroes that are made, right? There's a lot of moments where I'm like, glad that dude is out there. Nunchuck Tyler's just one of them.
Yeah.
But like, there's also a lot of bullshit out there, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes I get bummed. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's one of those, doesn't this guy have any friends? Kind of moment, you know what I mean? We're
Yeah,
like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
please don't put this out there. Like, have some self-respect. But for the most part, I'm very happy that that there's still kind of folks out there, and that those cholos could make a little,
Oh
a
yeah,
little
absolutely.
thing for themselves.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so yeah, the power's in your hands, people. If you have the idea, follow it. I think more than ever. But you got to know when to let go, right? Sometimes you've worn your welcome. Move on to a different
I don't know. I
channel
think
or
half the
something.
battle of being a content creator is being consistent and disciplined in uploading content. So anybody who does that, even
Yeah.
if their content sucks, just doing that alone, you've like achieved, you know, the first goal.
What's dude's name? Joey Bro? Joey Bro, but the bro is spelled weird, right? Like French looking or something. You know that guy? Dude.
I may have seen him, but
Dude, he's an older guy,
Okay.
right? Older white dude's got long hair, right? Looks like a wig, but it's his hair. And he's salt and pepper, a lot of salt, and mustache.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, looks like a good old boy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he does karaoke. And he's singing the hits, man. Classic rock. I'm all about it, right? I'm here for it, man. Bon Jovi and the Tom Petty and all the hits.
Yeah.
But he sings not quite as good as I do. In fact, not nearly as good as I do. And I don't sing that well at all.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a bummer because you watch the first. It's one of those where, like, just like you're saying, consistency, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he is not phased at all.
Yeah.
I'm sure he gets lit up in the comments. Bro, stop it. You have no business picking up a mic.
Yeah, but he probably has a lot of followers, though.
Bro, I'm talking about him.
Yeah,
And
right?
he's like,
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Half the battle is just being consistent, uploading
keep at it.
content.
Keep at it.
People give up,
Right.
you know, too soon.
I mean, but how, I wonder too, like, do they have moments? Like, all right, look, either A, when you're the person making the content, right, and you're getting shit on only the way the internet can shit on you, right? because we all know
But
them.
you know, he's probably laughing his way to the bank.
Also true, right?
So he's
But
like,
you've got to
"Keep
have
on
a
shitting on
certain
me.
amount
I'm just
of.
gonna laugh. Yeah.
You got to have thick skin. Like, do I have that? Like that?
No,
You know what I mean?
I don't. You don't give a shit.
Maybe.
But
at a certain point, you
yeah.
got to break. Like, oh God,
Yeah.
I can't. You
Yep,
know, it's
yep.
special kinds of abuse on the internet. So I think there's Joey Bro. Like, there's the delusional part though too, right? So some of those karate guys
Yeah.
who are like, you know, doing all this horse shit, and they couldn't, you know, fight
Yeah.
their way out of a paper bag.
Yeah.
Like,
But see,
You really believe
although I
that?
guess I'm getting better. I'm getting
Yeah.
thicker skin because I'm married to Hannah, so
Yeah.
she'll call me out on things.
she'll call you fuck out, dude. She will. She
Yeah,
will.
like one time we did a video, and the whole time I just kept blinking. I was just blinking the whole time, and I had her watch it. I'm like,
Right.
"Hey, check out my video," and I didn't really notice that, and she
Right.
goes, "Okay, sir," blinks a lot. I'm like, damn, man. Like, so
She's
she'll
so
call
mean.
me out. I'm like, okay, so I got to work on not blinking. So then I'll be joking around, like, I'm not gonna blink. No, she'll call me out, dude. So I have to have
Yeah.
thick skin. The sarcasm runs really, really hot and heavy.
real
in her.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So, anyways, so keep in line with the influencer thing. I think at the Joey Bros of the world, you know, for some reason, maybe it's just the goofy karate thing. I think of the Black Ninja. He missed his opportunity.
He just came too soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
too
right?
soon.
It's just it wasn't there. It was a different
Yeah,
day.
it's a different day.
He lived on E-bombs, and that one moment,
Yeah, it's just
he could have
too
capitalized.
soon. It's
He
like
could've
my college friends and I. We loved goofing around in front of a camera.
Yeah.
We did all sorts of silly bits.
Right.
But that was before YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just going
Long-
around campus
before YouTube.
doing goofy shit and having skits and making. I mean, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, dude, people are making a living off this.
Yeah. Easily.
We were doing that just because we had nothing else to do on a Friday, Saturday night in
Right.
Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
With a football team that sucks, like
Pretty
we had nothing-
wholesome.
we had
activity
nothing.
too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I mean, Black Ninja came out at the wrong time, dude. If he came out now, that would be like
The greatest thing in
Yeah,
the world.
his whole life
I
would
would
be
like to bring
changed.
him back, man. If there's a campaign I don't
Yeah.
want to be a part of, how do you? I don't know how to monetize it. Never mind that part. To hell with the details. I just want to bring. If I can feel the joy when I
Yeah.
first watched that one, or there's another random one. We won't go too deep into it for nostalgia, but Mr. Balloon Hands. Do you remember that one? I think the guy was drunk and he just does a voiceover to like very poorly computer animated, like 20-year-old computer animated stuff, right? It's like a lizard. But he's just talking a bunch of nonsense for like 10 minutes. But there's something you just can't turn away. And it was the most quotable. To this day, I remember Mr. Balloon Hands. For some reason, it just stands out. But these moments, like, yeah, they could have capitalized, man.
Yeah.
Because what is influence, right? It's like, I want to say cheap. It is cheap. It's comparatively cheap, right? If you're going to make like hype a thing up, right? Decades ago, it would take like real effort. You need equipment, recording equipment.
Oh yeah, it's a
you
big
need
deal.
To, like, distribution.
Even uploading it was hard. It took long. Now
yeah.
we could just record this, put it, make a couple edits, boom, it's on YouTube.
It was, and prior to the internet, I'm saying that it was inaccessible.
Yeah.
What's the best you could hope for? It's like, Wayne's World style on like the local cable news. You know what I mean?
Right,
that
right,
kind of thing.
right.
That's about as good as you
Yeah,
can get.
you're
Maybe
limited
your local
to
hero.
distribution, right?
Right. But now, YouTube, man. It's immediate distribution.
Yep.
So, so influencers, what else? So the good stuff, mostly like authenticity is like the quintessential trait
Yeah.
of marketing today.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that. I think about like, I guess growing up, I don't know. I didn't really give a shit about authenticity. If you're just like, I'm just buying a car. Like, I don't know. It doesn't
Really?
figure in my head. But now it would be weird if I see a company, if I buy something from somebody and they don't believe the hype,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? It obviously depends on what the product is to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably different for everybody.
Yeah.
Me, authenticity is important. Like I typically hate salespeople
Yeah.
because I sell too.
Me too, yeah.
And I know all the tricks.
Right.
And so I don't like it when it's being done on me.
Right.
Like it's funny. We Hannah and I, we recently got an RV, the travel
Very
trailer.
nice. It's very nice.
And,
Almost killed you. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost killed me. But I remember we were walking into the RV store, and I was just looking all grumpy. And Hannah's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I hate salespeople. Like, let's just get this over with, you know." And she's like, "Come on, try to be at least nice and stuff." I'm like, "No, they're trying to sell me.
Right.
No one just sells me. I fucking hate them."
Right.
And
I'll sell you.
Yeah, I'll sell you.
I'll sell you, fucker. No.
I'll sell you. Anyways, so I walk in there, and this guy was good. Like, he was just really authentic. In fact, within, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes of us walking from from the storefront to one of the model trailers, he's like, "I'll just tell you right now, I hate sales guys." And I go, "I do too." And I shook his hand, and my wife's like hitting her head, like, "What's going on?
What are you
Like,
doing?"
I'll admit it right now. I hate you.
Yeah.
And I said, I go, "Don't take it personally. I hate myself too because I'm a sales guy.
Right.
I know your tricks." He's like, I get it. That's why I'm going to tell you right now, like, just the truth. So I'm just going to show you what you want. If you guys want this, that's great. If you don't, then we'll move on. I'm like, that's all I need. Thank you. Show me, this is what I'm looking for. We're looking for this, and that. Show me options. Show me the low side. Show me the high side. That's all. I can make the decision on my own. And we did. And like, and he got it. But I liked his authenticity, his matter-of-factness. He's like, "I'm not going to try to blow smoke. I get it. You guys know all this stuff. So let's just get through this, as painlessly as possible." And it actually ended up being really a fun experience.
Yeah, pleasant experience.
You've seen me in other like sales meetings where people are, I'm just like, I'm tuned out.
I love it. If the first time I noticed it, it was early on, I think, so I didn't quite, I didn't feel the dynamic. I wasn't sure, right? Knowing what I know now in the moment, I would have definitely egged it on. I would have seen how, like, clocked it. Like, all right, starting at minute 35. I managed to get this meeting another 50 minutes.
The most recent time, the most recent experience was when we were talking to HubSpot rep.
Oh.
And he was, and I'm like, because we went there, we scheduled a meeting with specific questions in mind. Just answer my fucking questions.
Educated on what it is we're looking for. I think it's that.
I already know. I just need to know, and what's the cost? That's it. And the whole fucking time he's like selling, trying to upsell. Well, if you do this package, this. Well, I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. Just tell me the answers to my questions. That's it. Don't sell me. I know what I want.
Bro. And he was relentless. I'll give him
he was
that.
relentless.
He was relentless, not only on the meeting, on the call, but otherwise.
And so then, of course, I end up just sitting there. I'm like, okay, get through your spiel. No, we don't need that. No, we don't need that. No, we don't need that. It's like, how long are you going to keep doing this? No, I guess it's probably, their directives from his authorities that, like, hey, you got to go through this. But I'm like, dude, you're wasting my time at this point. I just need to know, how much does it cost for me to have this feature? I'm already a client. Stop it.
There's something,
I just need this add-on. How much does it cost?
As a salesman, right, objectively watching that, I'm already out of it, right? I would have just hung up. Right. So, but again,
too nice to do that.
I didn't know, I don't know the dynamic. So, the interesting thing is, like, I was like, you don't know who you're talking to.
Right.
Not by way of, like, who the fuck am I? Like, I'm nobody. But you don't know what kind of client you're talking to. Right. And so, therefore, it should have been like a product thing. Right? Like showing me a gun.
Right. And we were clear.
I already need a gun.
We were clear with them. Hey, look,
guns.
we're a client of yours. We use the service. We used to be a partner where we would sell your product. So we did what you do to others. But, it's been a while. I want to know how much this costs. And not only that, but I'm the owner of this business. We believe in using CRM. There's no convincing here, dude. Just tell me how much this costs. And like, I could be on my way. No, not reading the room, not reading. So authenticity, especially when it comes to sales or even influencers, to me matters. It's like, I don't, just be authentic, be who you are. I'll either appreciate it or I won't. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to fool me. Fool me.
Right.
Don't fool me, bro.
Don't fool me, fool.
I pity the fool.
That's the way I always try to think of these characters in my head and having a conversation, right? I picture myself, I'm acting, I guess, as a salesman, because it's like, it helps to promote the conversation forward, right? I'm essentially getting out of my own way because if it was me,
Mm-hmm.
I would be too truthful, too revealing, too any number of things, and
Mm-hmm.
screw up the sale, and essentially not be able to help this person I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Right. To sell is to serve. So, anyways, but the persona
Yeah.
I have, one of them is the devil. Not like, with a pitchfork per se and all that,
Yeah.
but just in a nice suit.
Yeah.
Right. That charming devil.
Like that devil's advocate type
Right.
thing. Yeah.
And so with that, that's like, if the devil's there to sell, well, to do the devil's work
Mm-hmm.
and sell you something that you're bound to get anyway,
Mm-hmm.
like a bag of crystal meth. Like, like, well, I don't have to sell.
Yeah,
Which do you want, the pink or the blue? I'll tell you what happens to the pink. The blue is a nice touch.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It sold itself.
Yeah,
You don't need me.
You don't need me,
right?
yeah.
But the devil's job in that instance isn't to convince you need it.
Yeah.
Evidently, you already need it because you're all,
Yeah.
jacked up.
Yeah.
Right? You're all twitchy. No, but it's the presentation.
Yeah.
Right? It's the creation of the environment. There's like all the other extraneous stuff.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with convincing.
No.
So, anyways, that was old boy's mistake right there as I
Yep.
saw it. But it was a funny little
Yeah.
moment.
Oh,
'cause
and I
could
know,
just
like,
see
because I think you and Sam were on that
anxious.
call, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
just
Right.
I'm
Right.
not gonna go. That's when I should have just started bringing out the buddy.
Right.
Nobody's own, by the way.
Yeah. Nobody's on.
I should have brought out the buddy. All right, buddy.
Okay,
Thanks.
buddy.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
guy.
Got it.
Can we just cycle through? We need to go with nicknames.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the game. If we're in a joint meeting and
Mm-hmm.
you drop a buddy, I'm queuing in. We're like, all right, guy, listen. And just see how many guys, friends, buddies we can
Yeah.
drop until they get the hit.
Yeah. All right, buddy. All right,
No,
bub.
man. Anyways, so yeah, authentic influencer.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it seems like if our audience is younger than us,
Mm-hmm.
influencer marketing, influencers, just as an idea, as a concept,
Yeah.
is like just another Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, sure, of course, everybody's an influencer. And so what?
Mm-hmm.
No big deal, right? That's nothing new. And so the benefit is that like what the content they produce
Mm-hmm.
is most of the time it's like super inside,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like it's like the inside joke for those that are already kind of there. You kind of want to be inside with it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like that lends itself towards like creating funny memes, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a good content creator. And man, memes go a long way, right? If you're trying to promote something, like that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
where was that a million years ago? Didn't exist. So it's authentic. It's memeable, if that's even a word. What else? And then cost-effective wise, cheaper,
Yeah.
right? You can go buck wild and spend a ton of money, but mostly it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and then it offers control,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you're the one generating it.
Yeah.
And traditionally the influencer has been this kind of single resource, it's kind of laser beam focus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that all seems like great stuff,
Mhm.
right? But it is kind of funny when I do think about the influencers you kind of see through the game.
Mm-hmm.
We're certainly at that point now, right? We're like, probably during the election, right?
Mhm.
Where you saw the Democrats in particular.
Oh,
who I
particularly,
think
yeah.
everybody, the politics of it aside,
Yeah.
just as a play, as a political play,
Yeah.
as a tool,
Mhm.
it sure seemed like the Democrat side, and that campaign in particular, the Harris campaign in particular, was behind the eight ball on the tech side, the influencer side, the YouTube side, just the podcast side.
Yeah.
Like, where were you guys?
Yeah.
And even the revelation on that side.
I would say, especially in the first election against Trump,
Yeah.
I felt like they're really behind. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
in the second election, no, I guess technically the most recent election against Trump, I feel like they overshot. Like they started like, okay, we're gonna get all these actors and singers to come and sing, and,
That's
and all these
exactly the
people
point
to
I was
promote
making.
us, Taylor Swift to promote us. We're gonna
That's-
overshoot
yes.
this thing to the
Thank
point where
you.
we're now over budget. You know,
Now
it's like,
that's exactly the
Yeah.
point I was making. Like on the one, so all right, so grassroots, right? Authentic,
Right.
Authentic is king. In fact, I would say that's the most pertinent trait of the influencer, right? Why? Because it's like, I'm genuinely into this. I'm giving you the straight dirt.
Yeah.
This is what I think. I tried it myself. I'm wearing Dixon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then it was co-opted, right, by those that didn't understand it. And you're 100% right, because it was like, you show up and, there's I think it was Joe Lieberman ran for president years and years back. And he goes through a panel of questions that were appropriate and prepared, but seemed, politically authentic, if you know what I mean. And at the end of it, he dovetailed this whole 30-minute thing, which was like not bad, with, and by the way, I drink Gatorade Red and I like Nas. What? What did you say? You what, dude? You only need one mic, Joe Lieberman?
Right.
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. So it was quite evident that somebody had prepped him.
Right.
And how did that? Why?
Yeah, it
Would
was
you
out
think
of place.
that was the most inauthentic thing I've ever
To me,
seen?
it kind of felt like, you ever meet with those people, especially like salespeople, going back to how much I hate salespeople, and they name drop, and then they pull up like all these people they know and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit who you know.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking to me, relate to me.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not impressed with who you know. And that was kind of like, why are you guys constantly just trying to show like people who know you know?
Right.
I can't relate to them at all.
Right.
These guys are billionaires or multimillionaires. I can't relate. I'm an average person.
I'm
Talk
glad
to me.
you know Beyonce. I'm glad you paid her $1 billion freaking dollars not to sing.
Yeah. I remember I used to know this one guy who constantly, and I was, I became friendly with him, and we're, got to network and stuff, but he's always name dropping all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily Beyonce. It was like people within, local area. And I'm like, stop, you're making me sick, dude.
Right.
I don't care who you know.
Yeah.
I already like you. Why are you trying so hard? Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, be genuine, be who you are. I want to know who you are. Like, I don't need to know who you know.
Yeah. Or who you think, I don't need to see the picture you're trying to paint for me.
Right.
I just need to see the picture you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads into then, okay, so we say influencers, got it. We mark, here's the traits of a good influencer. Here's kind of what they bring to the table, what that idea of an influencer brings to the table, and how it alters marketing, right? Because now, okay, cool, man. Rogan says, Theo Vaughn, that whole crew, that whole sphere of Rogan, and then a subsequent other group, I'm sure, have their influence as well, and right on, right?
Yeah.
If they say something, I might pay a little extra time. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
let me check it out.
Right.
But then that begins to get kind of bastardized and co-opted, and we land with the most recent election, which the influencers brought in, the gang of influencers brought in, that are then given the talking points from the administration. I don't begrudge the tactic.
Yeah.
It's just that it's glaring error in understanding of the nature of influencing being extremely authentic.
Right.
And I don't know, kind of the setup of it is like really offensive to me. Like, who the fuck do you think I'm? Do I look like that stupid to you, bro?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this guy doesn't know dick from anything. This kid is going to have this super insight to what you guys are pushing.
Yeah.
He didn't think that yesterday. How do I know he didn't think that yesterday? Because he's consistent, authentic.
Right.
He's a popular influencer. And all the traits that made him what he is were then just ruined by your dumbass, trying to just peddle his influence.
Yeah.
Right? And it's weird how, like, it's almost delicate in nature. It's like a clear glass of water, and then they pour their little, drop of ink, ruins the whole fucking glass. Right. And now your credibility's shot.
Right.
Right.
You
Now
got
I
to
don't
be
believe it.
careful with the influencers, and even outside the election conversation. Like they need to, they need to have this authentic relationship with their audience. So you have to understand how important that is with their audience and to tap into their audience.
Yeah.
And the moment you start, you kind of like utilizing or bastardizing that relationship, then it just shows like you're just using them, and you're trying to like there's a disconnect between you and their followers. Like, how does
Right.
this relate? I don't understand how
Yeah. Yeah.
how this relates to it. And now I just feel like you're trying to manipulate me.
And
you know?
it's either it's battle around, like it's either that the influencer doesn't have the perspective to realize how used they're being, kind of, right? And just essentially, it's like, I don't want to say the victim, that's a strong word, but they're just getting done wrong, or they're in cahoots with the big money and they're just selling their people out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So either which way, somebody's getting done wrong,
Right.
And I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and even then too, like in going back to the elections, the influencers that they got
Yeah.
were like these, singers, these actors, all making a lot of money.
Oh,
but
that's also true.
They don't
Yes.
necessarily have the grassroots organic relationship with their users,
Right.
as does, even somebody like Nunchuck Tyler, right?
Right.
Or
100%,
Nunchuck,
yeah,
Tyler.
Tyler,
Like Nunchuck Tyler, like he's growing this grassroots following of people,
One man at a time.
one man at a time. And as a result, there's a connection there.
Yeah.
And it's not, and we're not even like, oh, I can't relate to you because you have diamond studded nunchucks.
Right.
Like you're just like me.
Right.
And he's
got
doing
those same
his
nunchucks.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I can relate to you. So they get these influencers which are not, they're influencers but in a different stratosphere.
Yeah.
That it's like I can't even relate to those
Right.
people, right? I was thinking about that organic, and like who was one that like did it years ago and probably kind of set the standard for this is Oprah Winfrey. It just kind of occurred
That's
to
true. Yeah.
occurred to me because
Yeah.
she really kind of showed how far she could be able to influence a population.
I agree.
Simply because every week in, week out, she's building this trust with her viewers.
Yeah.
That all she has to do is just say something like, "Oh man, I really love going to this one restaurant. I had such a
Bam.
great experience." Not
Blows
even
up.
trying to promote it, not even get paid.
Yeah.
But also people, "Oh, I got to go."
Yeah.
Or she could shut down websites. I remember she would like promote a product,
Yeah.
and a website would get shut down because there's so
Crash
much
it.
traffic.
Yeah.
But again, because people just adored her. She was wonderful. She was relatable.
Yeah.
She felt like, she's just like anybody else. She struggled with weight just like anybody else. She the way the compassion and the empathy she showed her guests was relatable, right? And I think now taking those cues, right, now apply it to utilizing modern world today's technology.
Right.
Influencers do the same thing. You just build this trust relationship that you want to be careful not to break that trust, right?
Yeah.
But if you say that I like this or that, boom. We used to see that in, when I was a pastor in a mega church, a really big church up in Akron, the chapel on Fur Hill. They, was it the chapel on Fur? No, it's just the chapel of Akron. Anyways, they, the lead pastor was locally very famous. Everybody knew Newt Larson.
Okay.
But all he had to say in a sermon is like how much, oh man, I really want to have steaks, but my wife wouldn't let me have steak or whatever. Next thing you know, he would get steaks delivered to his office. Almost to a point where he had to be careful. Because the
Right.
moment he said he liked something or didn't like something,
was in. Yeah.
it was in,
Damn.
And so, like when you build that trust with your audience, they want to, they want to take part in whatever you refer.
Right.
But yeah, the moment if you misuse that or if they're not relatable,
Yeah.
like in the case of the elections, it could be disastrous. In fact.
Yeah. There was a number of, so you're talking about, just to hit one more time on the election, just as an example, so there's the stratospheric, just, the Taylor Swifts. I mean, they're, and that's fine. Like they have their place. Right. Sell me a Coco Chanel or show me, whatever it is, right? Okay, cool, no problem. And watches, all that shit. So, but down those grassroots folks that they did use, names I can't really remember, to be honest, I don't follow them, but there was a lot of much younger, very left, folks that did have that following, right? That they were essentially quasi-reporting the news, opinions on the news, giving you the very left side of things, but they were co-opted too, right? And so,
how do you figure?
Well, because they were given obvious and very self-evident talking points
that
were incongruous to what they had previously put out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of moments where, like, maybe they weren't it's hard to cite an example. I don't even know if I want to bother. But the point is that maybe they felt pretty strong, but the point that they pushed was very strong.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, well, wait a second. You didn't feel that way yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's only by virtue of the sheer volume of data on them, you know, where you can go back again, like the king of it all, you know, is a Rogan. Where, I mean, Jesus, you got thousands upon thousands of hours of a guy talking. You kind of know a thing or two, right, about the personality and the motivations and all that stuff.
Yep, his philosophy
and as best you can without, you know, living with somebody. I mean, right. So, so maybe those influencers aren't quite at that level, but still, their audience, and objectively, people that weren't in the sphere, right, that were not part of their grassroots campaign, objectively in the media, which is another interesting thing, that the more cable news or perhaps more established YouTuber kind of news, more newsy looking kind of people, they all looked and they were like, you know what, I've heard of this guy, or I've seen this guy, or I even follow that guy. He didn't think like that yesterday. You know,
I see what you're
they
saying.
got to him. You know?
I see what you're saying.
And it happened on the right too. I don't, it's easy to pick on the losing team, so to speak.
Right.
But it's certainly, because, you know, they got co-opted too. There's a lot of interviews.
Oh, certainly.
Where, Jesus, they got ran through, and now it's like, but I thought you guys were going to go look into this investigation, and we're not. All right. Whatever. Cool. Good sell.
Well, influential marketing is here to stay, though. I tell you, and I don't mind it. I think it's a good direction because it's deeply rooted in trust in, you know, audience having trust in those influencers, right? And so again, like just with my philosophy of marketing about being about people and empathy and all that, I don't mind influential marketing. But you know, now the trends are that a lot of these companies, big brands, they are now trying to build influencers internally. Have you heard that?
Yes.
So like,
exactly
so like now, instead of just paying for or sponsoring influencers to promote their product, they're actually building content internally and creating their own influencers that are on their payroll, W-2, which I think is interesting. Just that control, being able to control that message.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
And to put it's interesting to kind of silo that. Like, I don't know how much they would get paid and the pay structure. I don't know anything about that. But I could imagine that, like, if you handed a brand or even specific, depending on how big the thing is, right? If it's a car company, I don't know. But you might be handed just like a particular campaign or something. Well, hell, man, if you've got somebody who's accustomed to doing that kind of thing and thinking that way, and then it's like, you know, in past times, you would have had a whole crew of people, whole team, marketing team, a department to like, okay, everybody sit down. It's Monday. We've got, you know, 3 weeks, and we got to come to market with and all this and that. Okay, what do we got? Team A, Team B, Team C. Hit me with the ideas. Proposal 1, 2, 3. Blah, blah, blah. And like, you're laser focused, but you're only laser focused for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? And there's multiple teams vying for position and shit on each other's ideas.
Right.
No. I've just got 2, 3 animals who do nothing all day long but live in like meme world. You know what I mean? And they're just living in their own head, thinking all their crazy ideas. But they've got a proven track record, I would assume, with this brand. And they say, cool, man, you know this brand better than most. Make it funny. Make it followable. You know?
But what's interesting, you know, when I was reading up on this was that, like, the internal influencers that they're grooming is they're not even talking about the product. Sometimes not even at all, or very little. You know, it's not in your face at all.
Right.
And so, just think about all the research that has to be done in order to understand what their customers think and what type of influencer they would like, to then manufacture and create an influencer from within.
Right.
That's fascinating, because I could have kind of imagined that the way we know of it now, where people sponsor these influencers, that influencers now, it kind of happens organically. They don't even know they're going to be popular. Just all of a sudden they just start
reason.
really being popular and people start liking them, and next thing you know they're up to 1 million plus followers, and then companies look at them and say, oh, they're reaching our demographic. Here's some money. Can you promote us? Yeah. Where now our task is to, companies would think our task is to try to build an influencer, create an influencer from nothing. Right. That's fascinating. Like, how do you do that? I'd like to see how that grows.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I guess I think of like an analogy of like a lab. Like this organic thing happened. Mm-hmm. What I'm really thinking of is I'm thinking of like icicle type structures, crystal structures, and that it reminds me of that because it's like these crystal structures or rock structures, like they take a long time to happen, right? Mm-hmm. They happen organically, and if you dick around with them, they'll break, okay? And how that relates to this influencer idea is that, A, it happens organically, and I'm not quite sure the analogy part in the followers, but let's just say it's like fed this clean material and puts out a clean product. In other words, it's authentic. And if you dick around with it too much, it'll just fracture, and it's like reputationally it's ruined. Yeah, right? Yeah. So to then see that as a big brand, a big corporation, to see that thing as an organism in the ecosystem of business, and they're like, oh, we can use that, right? And then you try to compete with it, on your own with your traditional tools, and realize, oh man, that's just too goddamn pure. We can't.
Yeah, like how do you? And then I wonder how successful it is, and then I wonder how measurable it is. Yeah. So let's say you're trying to groom internal content with an internal influencer. At what point do you pull the plug?
It's a long time.
It's a long time, I'd imagine. Yeah. However, I know there's algorithms involved, and those who, like for example, Mr. Beast, he studied and understood how to be able to get content, being seen and visible. Yeah. So I know there's probably ways, and the pros know how to do that, and probably apply it in the corporations as well. But still, it takes time to nurture that. And then how do you measure? Okay, so great, we've gone up to 500,000 followers. How does that equate to money, and sales of products? And when you're sponsoring an outside, external influencer, you could be able to say, hey, can you sponsor, our shoes? Yeah. And if they order online using your promo code, they'll get 10% off, and then you just track it. Okay, cool, 10% off. Right. Using this influencer, look at how many shoes we sold. Right. Do they do the same thing with internal influencers? Yeah. I've not.
Yeah. How do they track that?
Yeah. Wait to see. Like every once in a while, in a blue moon, they say, "Hey, by the way," and what do you say? Do you say, sponsored by Nike, to sell their shoes? If you use my promo code, and are they transparent too, and say, "I am an influencer for Nike"? Yeah. Or do you not say that?
Does that ruin the authentic nature of it?
And then as far as, because then you start thinking, when I think of that, let's say Nike has an influencer they're using, which I think they're doing, right? What are some of the ones? Nike.
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. Yeah. What do you call it? Duolingo. Yeah. They're grooming their own influencers. Yeah. Like, do they have a studio in their building? And so traditionally, when just an average woman would just maybe do like some videos in her house or in her bedroom. Right. Do you have like a studio of like a bedroom and a house?
That's wild.
Isn't that wild to think? Like how
how deep does it go?
Right. How deep does it go? Or no, we want this authentic. So do it in your own house. Right. Do it.
But then see, the math on that is, it seems sneaky and kind of shitty because the reality is like, you can A and B that situation. Like, okay, all right, picture some suit, All right, should we picture a cholo? Hey, fucker, should we do it in a studio? Hey, in the basement, or should we do it, keep it real and keep it in-house as it always has been, And it's like, because if you recreate the bedroom.
In-house as in their house.
In their house, right. Yeah. In their own natural environment. But if you do the first one, where you're like now building a bedroom, and from this built bedroom, this conceived, like movie set almost. Yeah. But even then, the control elements would be interesting. Like if I was going to invest money in that situation, right, I would want to say, oh, well, hell, if I can build you a bedroom, quote unquote, or a living room, I would put in that living room and bedroom the kinds of things that would further promote my narrative.
Right.
Right. I would algorithm
Right.
the entirety of the scene.
Right.
Of course.
Behind you, there's a poster, a Nike poster.
Easily.
You know,
right. And then
you're not
real
referencing. It's
subtle
just
things.
Nike. Yeah. You're wearing your Nike slides, and every once in a while you're just doing this, and you're not really talking about it. You know,
Or,
like to me, that's like so manipulative. That's
dude. But no, even better. Like think about those folks put Nike on blast, right? And we'll say, okay, Nike. We've said before, like the personal victory, kind of empathy play on that part, which isn't. I'm not shitting on the idea as to say they're not genuine about it. It's just that they're going to leverage that. So the empathy play is like, okay, you're struggling. Jordan struggled to be a champion against other great players. And there was a struggle though, and like he overcame, you two can overcome. You can be great.
Use Jordan as an example.
I just love Jordan. Anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Like
So,
LeBron. Yeah, LeBron's
kind of
has struggles
I mean,
too.
except for the hair.
He'll
He's got-
go.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so,
right. He struggles too. The
He
goat.
struggles. So
LeBron.
So now you get the empathy tag. So okay, now let's build our set, right? So then, we got the slides. We're showing off our new gear, right? Oh shit, fresh slides. Those are new. Oh, those are new joints. Cool. I'll check them out, right?
Yeah.
But maybe in the background, right? Because maybe they're doing like one of those pan shots of the background, the shelving, what have you. So then you look and there's like maybe it would be an odd detail. I don't know how you'd show it, but like cobwebs on a set of kettlebells, right? It's like, oh, you haven't used those kettlebells in a minute. Maybe there's a self-help book of some kind. You know what I mean? Like these common hoof prints of a person who's been going through it, trying to get going. You know, and to be able to set that up. I would actually kind of opt for that.
Yeah.
Right? Don't do this in your house. I'll make the bedroom.
I'll
make the bedroom.
Right.
You know. And,
you know what? Hey, I'm all for it. Listen, Dixon, if you're listening, like I will get on your payroll.
There it is.
To be one
Me
of the
too, bro.
influencers, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just wear your stuff. I wouldn't even be like I wouldn't even keep it like subtle.
Right.
Like have a Dixon poster. No, I'd wear it.
Pitch?
I'd have
What's your
like
influencer pitch for Dixon? Go.
My influencer picks is like every 10 seconds I'll have a hot woman walking past the screen with wearing a Dixon bikini. Just randomly.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like, you know,
Right.
every round in boxing,
Ding,
you have
ding,
that
ding.
model.
Yeah.
We'll just have and we wouldn't even
Right.
reference it. We'll just talk.
Right.
All right, and next topic.
If I'm down with this,
It's totally
I'm down.
not subtle at all.
First of all, you know Shannon's gonna stab in the neck within 5
Dude,
minutes.
she's
She'll
done.
come out of the woodwork like.
Shannon, if you're listening, you're losing. I'm losing a co-host.
Right. But first of all, and then we have her walk past, right, in the Dixon bikini. Great, very subtle,
Yeah,
not really.
right.
But she's blurry and out of focus. I think that's just funny. Maybe if we can occasionally trip her just as a goof, you know, I think that'd be great. Yeah, I'm with this.
Yeah.
I'm with this.
No, like not subtle at all. I'll just everything. I'll have the Dixon hat, Dixon pants, like everything. I'm gonna get the pants,
Right.
Just all Dixon.
Does it have to match?
They put like stickers on, like hanging off their gear.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll just replace. Listen, are you listening, Dixon? I'll replace all these with just Dixon stickers.
Right.
That's it. No subtlety whatsoever.
This is the Dixon zone.
And I'll tell them I work for Dixon.
Yeah. Cut me in,
I
dude.
don't care.
I'm in.
I don't
Whatever.
care.
Let's sell it. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
We'll it'll be a marketing podcast all about Dixon's
We have a nice
marketing.
little thing
Which,
for
by
the
the
horse
way, Dixon does really good marketing. Their branding, their marketing, the culture they're building.
I did like the.
I think we're really trying to get Dixon to sponsor us. Ching! Hey,
Hey.
SA.
Hey,
Hey, Dixon!
Come on, bro.
Come on!
come on, just give.
We
give
can
us some
influence all the
perspective.
cholos for you.
Yeah, man. They don't need any influencing.
No, they don't.
They're influencing us.
No, but like,
yeah,
But yeah, how wild is that though? Like, how produced is it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that,
what's
like,
real?
What's real?
What's
is it real?
real?
Oh, I mean, they do
That's
that
the
all the
kicker.
time. Like, you remember what American Idol?
Yeah.
It was sponsored by Coca-Cola. Did you know that like all the subtleties, even the chairs that they would sit in, was designed by Coca-Cola? Like, it had nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't say Coca-Cola on it at all.
Right.
You know, of
It's
course, they had
Coca-Cola
all drink
colors and shit.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Right.
You know, all the judges.
Yeah.
But like even the chairs, everything was the set was designed
Yeah.
like because they want all the subtleties to lead back to Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Well, will they do that? Will these big companies do that with with their internal influencers that they create, all the subtleties.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's fascinating to me.
That's fascinating, man.
I'm gonna definitely deep dive into that and just kind of learn and see if it's successful. And like how long does it take before you realize that the money spent is successful or not?
Yeah.
But wouldn't it kind of be weird, like if you created this internal influencer in your corporate company, you had its own studio, you spend a lot of money on building a studio, and then you have a whole staff of people who are videoing. So like behind the camera, you have like 5 different people, even more, and then all the editors, right? When that gets away from the pureness of
It really does, man.
external influencers, where it's literally their own phone, they put it up, and they're
their
like,
own weird ideas.
Weird ideas.
Yeah.
It's them. They're doing the editing themselves.
Right.
They're, maybe some of them have enough money to actually hire staff, but
God, that's weird, man.
But for the most part, the large majority, they're using their own phones. They're doing their own edits.
Right.
They're figuring out the lighting situation, like even you and I.
Right.
Like, oh man, the lighting. We got to work on this. It's reflecting right here. Like it's all done.
Yeah. Just organically.
Just between organically.
Yeah.
And there's an authenticity about that I wonder, once you take that away, is it going to be effective
That's
anymore?
it. I will go back to.
Or are people just that dumb that they don't even notice how
Can't tell
produced
the
this
difference.
is?
Right.
Well,
all right. So, by way of being authentic, I think that the influencer themselves, maybe the certain je ne sais quoi of that thing, is that they themselves are growing in their capabilities as they go through, kind of learning the hard way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's them cutting their teeth, and perhaps that somehow or another, kind of is. I don't know. You can just smell it through the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just have a feel for that. Maybe as a person, maybe that's the thing that's attractive.
Yeah.
And then you see them grow, and I know that I have a vested interest in some, successful, mostly comedians at this point, where I'm like, oh man, I remember when they couldn't do an interview worth a shit, but they were funny. And like basically, as they grow, we grow with them.
Yeah.
Right? To then reverse that, and just pull a 180 and say, well, we're going to manufacture that. Because that's what we're talking about. But god damn, does it take a lot of thought, effort, and energy and just wherewithal to manufacture that. Like there's a lot of weird nuances to create that. It makes me think of movies, right? Because if it's just ever so slightly off in a movie, you're just immediately out of it.
Yeah.
Right? And especially if it's like something heavy, or even if it's maybe just more fun, like a kill scene. I love me an action movie or a horror movie. But if the zombie looks, you know what I mean, a little fugazi, it's like, I'm out. This is dumb. Would you do this makeup with your cousin? However, that's presuming that it's, the Hollywood's best and all that kind of thing. And you're like paid to manufacture it, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you were giving me the low rent, these kids are fresh out of college, they're doing the best they can, and oh shit, that's kind of a cool innovation.
Yeah.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
It could be almost the same thing.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more grace when it's like this is done on their own dime.
Yeah, like wow, how'd you do that? That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
Right? But it's funny, the perception then, like the standard is so much higher, man. If you're gonna, basically what I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna bring me, the brands, right, the big brands, are gonna bring me influencer style stuff, right? It had better be that much better than old Johnny when he was in his basement. Right. You'd better be bringing the A game of the A game.
Right.
Because if not, well, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like
I just had this thought that actually we're doing that.
We are.
Yeah. I mean, we're creating internal
This
influencers.
is a meta moment, dude.
Seriously,
You're right. No, I agree with you.
Like,
We're
wait a second.
doing that right
We're
now.
actually doing it.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we're
it
manifest right now.
It's weird. It never occurred to me that we are trying to build our own internal influencers.
We just had a conversation about this today with the guy. Yeah, that's funny.
We're actually doing it as we're talking about it.
Right.
Almost putting others down for doing it. What idiots.
Whatever, dude.
Dude, that's how organic this is. We don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
It feels
We have
right.
no clue.
It
We're
feels
literally just
100%
doing
right.
this podcast just because we needed a creative outlet.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
It sharpens us. It keeps us something to look forward to outside of our day to day. But we're actually
We really
kinda
are
doing it.
kind of creating a brand ourselves. I
right.
mean, you know, yeah.
Well, however, just so you know, for those who are listening or watching, it's just us in this room. We don't have
No,
like
it's not.
five
Listen,
people.
Don't let him ruin the whole. You know, we're not breaking down fourth walls.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what?
Gang
You're right. You're
of
right.
Scandinavian women just waiting behind him. Imagine
Dude.
Shannon just busts in through the scene.
Dude, that would never happen.
Yeah.
Because Shannon would like beat all of them up, and I would put all my money on Shannon to beat all of them up.
Stab them all, dude.
Yeah,
Just with a
it could be
blow dart.
100. It'd be 100 to 1.
Right.
I know how she'd do it too. You know what she'd do? She would bake some really nice cookies.
Right, just poison them all.
Yeah, poison them all. Hey, look, I got you all these
A real
cookies.
shitty death
Yeah.
too. You know,
Yeah.
nothing like quiet when you put the dog down. No, like
No.
real awful. Cyanide.
Yeah.
Like that scene. What was that Nicolas Cage movie with Sean Connery?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. The VX gas, whatever. It's one of those.
No, one of those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're just convulsing and spitting your organs out.
We're like, all right, and our next guest is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Ugh, that.
Ugh, gross. Labs be lurking.
Right.
This podcast
Shannon,
is brought to you
another
by
one.
Labs.
You had to.
Bitch had it coming.
Like we're running out of guests.
Right.
We don't even have guests on the show, but that would be so funny.
We do.
Dude.
Tons.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the influencer topic. So we started out influencers good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they, like anything good, like any delicate little flower in nature,
Yeah.
it gets corrupted and co-opted by the man.
Yeah.
And so politics and corporate America and the world,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and start, getting their greedy fingers in there and screwing it all up. And sometimes exposing the real ones from the fake ones,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's call a spade a spade. Because sometimes, not every influencer is some freaking saint either,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're after the money. All right, so then that's one thing. Now they've kind of integrate that influencer idea, and I'm sure we're on the outside. We're not some big corporation, but they have probably for a while been incorporating the influencer thing internally and kind of growing those beasts, the Mr. Beast of tomorrow now work specifically at Ford.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fine, go get that money. It's a natural evolution, right? I think some of the things that interest me in that are like taking advantage of what?
Sorry, I had this other idea. You know what they should do?
What
To
should
keep
they
this,
do?
know what they should do? These companies should keep it like organic,
Yeah.
like that Jim Carrey show where the guy didn't even know, the Truman Show.
The Truman Show,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
know. So like they just are recording some guy and following them,
Right.
but they don't even know it. But
Like
somehow,
he doesn't know.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
know.
Right.
But then some guy walks past with like a Dixon on, like, hey,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Like, why is all these people walking past me wearing the same clothes?
He's got these clothes. Yeah.
That's what they should do.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's organic, but really they're just creeping on some dude.
It goes insane. That was like, it wasn't a Japanese game show contestant. Did we
Oh,
talk about that? Right.
that-
Didn't they lock him in a room?
Yeah,
for
locked
like
him in
a
a
year or
room.
some
They
shit?
thought he was a part of some game the whole time. The whole
Yeah.
country's laughing at this dude. That's what
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
right.
about that.
Yeah.
Like that's what they should do. Like, hey, by the way, come on in our studios here.
Bro.
We have a game for you to play. Completely.
We just have a cage under here. We get our own gimp.
yeah.
Just like in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, so the brands, they bring in their influencers, they grow them internally. Now you better have some good stuff that you're pushing out now that you're growing your influencers. What do we get out of it, right? What's the dynamic now? It's like there's different kind of advertising, guerrilla advertising. We've already talked about what's his face from Deadpool, Ryan, not Seacrest, what the hell's his name?
I thought Ryan Seacrest too. Ryan, what's wrong with us?
Big, tall,
Yeah.
handsome fella.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Fuck. Anyways, whatever his
Mint
name
Mobile.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich bastard. So the guerrilla market, so like the marketing landscape has changed and the tools that we have available, and you don't have to, we've realized, you don't have to have $1 billion just to put a cool thing out. So that's good in the influence. It's just that authenticity is king
Yeah.
And we're never going to go back, right? I think,
Mm-hmm.
right? It would be weird to have it any other way now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's such a part of like, you believe what you're selling.
Yeah.
And if you don't talk to me,
Yeah.
right? If you're not using it yourself, like,
Yep.
what are you even talking to me about,
Yep.
right? I don't think I think that's kind of the paradigm shift
Yeah.
in the world of marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do think that that's the case. I think it's a good thing. And I understand why companies are doing that, because especially big companies who have lots of money, their budgets are huge. They're finding every angle, every edge, every cutting edge technology, every different angle in storytelling, right? Because essentially that's what they're doing in this case. They're trying to find an influencer who could just basically be telling stories, be as authentic as possible.
Even, it's funny, you mentioned our literal real-time revolution of like, oh shit, we're doing that. Is like, at times, the employees themselves too, they're big, as yesterday was like, I'm just an employee, 9 to 5, whatever. But like, no, even them, the whole company, the brand, right? Like, everybody's pushing it. They're now not just employees, but maybe they're generating a little content too. You know, proof in the pudding that no, we believe the hype too. We believe in this narrative for real. They're brand ambassadors as much as they are employees. I, not having gone for a job interview like that in a very long time, right? I wonder I wonder if that influences your, those 20-somethings right now that are like going to look for their jobs. Like, are they selling themselves like that? Like, I'll be your brand ambassador too. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how that lands in like getting a job, being part of a corporation, being a team player, shit like that. That's actually a weird, deep influence, man. I didn't think of that.
If I had to hire somebody to be like an influencer that we raise internally, it'd be like a stunt man or woman, and then we'll just like have them do stupid shit, fall,
with the hobby
do
horse?
the black ninja thing, and just like do the hobby horsing
for the
run into a
podcast.
wall.
If we have an influencer for the podcast, bro, bro, that is. Look, it's going to be Red Bull, right? Red Bull vibes mixed with like.
It'd be Red Bull vibes, but like our influencer would suck at it.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it's like
they'd fail at every stunt.
Yeah, Super Dave, right? Like way
Evil
back in the day.
Knievel,
Yeah, Evil Knievel, but like on crack, like not good, right? No, and everything with a hobby horse. So he's gonna have a hobby horse head, and he's like for our next trick, and he just like takes a header off the roof, hurts himself real bad.
Maybe we should have like tryouts for one of the podcasts. All right, next up.
Do that?
Who's next?
Who's going to
just put out a thing. We're looking for us, like influencers to make a fool of themselves. All right.
We can't.
Let's see what you got.
We can't.
Let's see what you
sell
got.
it like that. We got to be influencers. I don't know what's the sell. We're good.
Why can't we sell like that?
No, we got to.
If we don't sell like that, then we're basically starting our own Truman Show.
But I think it belies.
Like they don't even realize that we're just ripping on them.
No. That belies the nature of this podcast, because it's like we're kind of like like I'm more than happy to egg somebody on to make a fool of themselves, but I'm not going to tell them that. Like I want to bring them in. Like, no, dude, we're influencing the world here. We're saving lives. Like really big up it. Like sell it crazy. And they're like, really? Yeah. Every time I do this, an angel gets its wings? All right. And then bam, they take a header off the roof with the hobby horse in their hand. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's winning.
Dude.
Sponsored by Dixon. I'm kidding.
You do have a devil like mindset. Like, see, I would tell them. I'll tell them what we're trying to do. You don't even want to tell them. You just want them to make a fool of themselves.
Because then what?
It'll be monetize that somehow.
Then it's not authentic. They don't believe, right? Our hype man doesn't even believe the hype. He's got to believe he's given every time I do this.
Like that one guy, that one influencer, that dude, he's got a little bit chubby and he's like doing parkour. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like you wonder, like, does he really believe?
That's
like,
dude. That's
he's
what
good.
I'm saying. When you have the bad influencer who's so bad he's good, they believe the hype.
Yeah,
they believe the hype.
So are you gonna be? Are you gonna like say, "Hey, that was awesome, dude. How you parkoured right off that worst step."
Yes.
You would encourage
like after
it.
I'm
See,
getting
I would feel bad.
For them.
I would feel bad. I'd be like, because I'd be laughing first of all, but you'd be hiding your laughter just so that then you would go.
I don't have to hide the laughter on that. I will laugh for hours later, but I'll get the ice real calm. Hey, listen. That, honestly though, Never mind, Ernie. Listen, that was very inspirational.
Yeah.
Okay, it really means a lot. I'll fucking start crying, and then I'll get the ice. Listen, we're gonna take care of the ankle, right?
You
and
missed
then
your calling. You know what you should have been? You should have been a producer for the Jerry Springer show.
That's right.
That's what you
right.
should have been.
That's my role here, dude.
You would have egged them on, got them all coiled up and really pissed off. So the moment that they enter the stage, they'd get in a fight and brawl, and you'd have been laughing the whole time like,
yeah,
this is good for ratings.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that, dude.
That's why you're out front with the mic. Do you really care? Hey, guys, listen, we don't have to do this, and I'm just in the back like, like pouring like a little oil.
Yeah, I'd be like, no,
so
really, we don't have to do this. Really, you don't have to listen to this guy. Really, you don't have to do this. But that would just
in the back
that just
money.
backfire on me because of course they're like, well, now we have to do it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't think I can do it. I'm like, no, I'm just being honest. You're gonna be ridiculed. I'm telling you right now. Don't listen to this guy.
But they blame you.
But they blame me.
You're the figurehead.
Yeah.
So then you're the one.
I think what we realize in the show is you're like the demon on the devil on a person's shoulder. I'm the angel on a person's shoulder.
It's all true, man.
That's
or is it?
Yep. All right.
Well, with that was a good one.
Yeah.
From the iconic era of advertising to the digital age, I'm Chris.
And I'm Ernie.
Keep it legendary.